If you're looking for the Fuji lenses in this year, you are at the right place. In this video, we're going to show you the Fuji lenses available on Amazon today. We reviewed literally dozens of products, and we made this list based on a number of factors including the features of the product, value for the money, and the reputation of the manufacturer. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. We even read countless reviews from actual users. If you choose from this list, you can be sure that you'll buy one of the best products available today. So make sure to check the product links below in the description. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Fuji 23 f/2W. This is a bit of a bonus inclusion. I've already reviewed a 23 lens, the aforementioned f/1.4 version, so why the need to include another one? The 23 f/2WR. It's a bit of a special weapon in the lineup and one that deserves a mention. It's also the best Fuji prime lens if one of the elusive 35mm focal length on a budget. There are a few reasons why I think this impressive lens should be the first lens you consider when buying a Fuji mirrorless camera. I have held a 23mm f/2WR attached to a Fujifilm X-T2 when Fujifilm Australia kindly lent me one of their best mirrorless cameras for this lens review. They told me to have a go at this little stunt, and my jaw was on the floor. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Fuji 1655mm f/2. The weather-resistant Fuji 1655mm f/2.8 lens is a mid-range zoom with a focal length equivalent to 2480 form and a constant f/2.8 aperture throughout the range. It's a pro-grade zoom Fujifilm lens with amazing optics and razor sharpness from edge to edge. If you're ready to make the investment, the 1655mm f/2.8 is the best mid-range zoom Fujifilm produces and also the most popular all-around focal length zoom available. A cheaper and lighter alternative is the 1855mm f/2.8. Although it has to be said that the 1855mm is in a different league to the 1655mm f/2.8. 16 as opposed to 18 will also give you more flexibility for wide-angle shots too. The number 3 position is held by Fuji 55-200mm f/3.54. Shown on a X prune above. The 55-200mm f/35 is a relatively portable Fuji telephoto lens that offers impressive image quality right across its wide zoom. Focus is silent and fast, perfectly complementing Fujifilm X-mount mirrorless cameras for discrete shooting. The inbuilt image stabilization of the 55-200mm f/35 is impressive, allowing the use of slow shutter speeds to prevent camera shake even when hand-holding in low-light situations. Imagine being able to shoot 4 or 5 stops slower than you usually would with a long-range zoom lens and still have a sharp photo. Being able to use slower shutter speeds in low light will allow you to use lower ISOs, which in turn leads to a cleaner final image. Next at number 4 we have Fuji 35mm f/1. It's debatable whether this is the absolute best option available today, but the near-legendary Fujifilm 35mm f/14 is certainly the most popular lens in the Fuji X-mount lens lineup. With a staggering 130+ near-perfect reviews on Amazon and a 98% score on Imaging Resource, this 52mm equivalent option is on the front of so many Fuji mirrorless cameras used professionally around the world, and for good reason. Early in 2012, Fuji released the X Pro 1 system, with this 35mm f/14 being one of the 3 flagship Fujifilm lenses. It was touted as the perfect combination with the X Pro series, giving a field of view closest to 50mm, the choice of so many photographers throughout time. The number 5 position is held by Fuji 16 f/1. Equivalent to a 24mm lens on a full-frame camera. The Fuji 16 f/1.4 is held by many as the best Fuji wide-angle. 24mm is typically used in conjunction with a longer lens by wedding photographers, landscape photographers, street photographers, architectural photographers, and basically anyone who wants to tell a story by including more in the frame. For a wide-angle lens, the 16 f/1.4 has relatively little distortion for a wide-angle lens. Distortion is hard to measure on some Fujifilm X-mount lenses since the camera body may be correcting any distortion automatically. But either way, you won't see any warped elements in your final images. The number 6 position is dominated by Fuji 23mm f/1. For many photographers, including myself, this is one of the best Fuji prime lenses ever made. When I tested a range of Fujifilm lens options for this review, I had this Fuji 23mm f/1.4 on my camera 90% of the time, and absolute. It's usually the smaller prime options such as this one that is the most popular for Fuji X series cameras since they balance so well with the camera body. 35mm is arguably the most popular focal length for photographers due to its versatility, being equally at home shooting portraits as well as being wide enough to fill the frame with interest. The 23mm f/1.4 is super sharp, focuses accurately and near instantaneously, has beautiful bokeh when shot wide open at f/1.4, and also displays awesome sun stars when stopped down to smaller apertures. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Fuji 9mm f/. Remember that this roundup is in no particular order. If it were, the incredible Fujifilm 9mm f/2 would be closer to the top. With an equivalent focal length of 137, the 9mm f/2 is the best Fuji lens for portrait photography in the Fuji X mount lens lineup, delivering ultra-sharp, flattering results with zero distortion. The optical construction of 11 elements in 8 groups minimizes vignetting and creates beautiful bokeh thanks to the rounded diaphragm, as well as being an excellent portraiture lens. The 9mm f/2 is also used widely as a lens for astronomy photography due to its focal length and as with all Fuji X mount products, the construction is solid. The 9mm f/2 features weather and dust-resistant sealing, allowing usage at temperatures as low as 10 degrees. The number 8 position is held by Fuji 27 f/2.8. This pancake lens is one of my personal favorites in this roundup, after the Fuji 23 f/1.4. It's the smallest and lightest of all in the range, making it a great Fuji lens for travel. In my mind, the biggest benefit of the Fujifilm X cameras and compact mirrorless cameras, in general, is their size and weight. Putting a big, heavy zoom on the front of a lightweight Fuji camera body just doesn't make sense to me. The 27 f/2.8 adds a mere 0.17 pounds, 77 g to the front of your camera and is an absolute joy to use, making it much more likely that you will have your camera in your pocket with you everywhere you go. Next at number 9 we have Fuji 1024 f/. Many photographers prefer to reach for a wide-angle zoom rather than a prime. Often used on tripods by landscape and architectural photographers, the ability to zoom to frame a shot perfectly is a huge advantage when the camera's position is fixed. The 1536mm equivalent focal range of the Fujifilm 1024 f/4 makes it extremely versatile, allowing the ability to take advantage of a wide angle as well as the popular 35mm 36mm field of view. It's another great Fuji wide-angle lens that offers a great amount of flexibility, but just be aware that it isn't weather-resistant. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Fuji 5100 f/2. The 5100 f/2.8 is another of the best Fuji X mount zoom lenses, offering the most frequently used telephoto focal lengths, equivalent to 76-214 in a robust, well-designed unit. The Canon/Nikon 7200 zooms are the most popular professional zooms, and this is the same with the 5100 f/2.8 on the Fuji side. Similar to the more expensive Canon/Nikons, this zoom lens is razor sharp throughout the entire zoom range. Autofocus is silent, almost instantaneous, and always accurate. In dimmer light, the 5100 f/2.8 starts to struggle when compared to a DSLR 7200, so low-light sports use is not advisable. Out-of-focus bokeh elements are soft and creamy, and when shot at its full range of 100 FOTM, the 5100 f/2.8 offers excellent subject separation, making it a great portrait lens if you have the room to back up far enough. That's all for today. If you've already used any of these products, do let us know by commenting below. It will help others to a worthy buy. Thanks for watching.